Hey, Sam. Great to see you. Thanks for everything.
Hey, Tim. I'm Jim Dawson. I work
Hi,
with
Jim.
Fuse. We're not always on the same side
Oh,
of the
I love
issues.
Fuse. You guys are hilarious.
All right, good.
You guys bust me up.
All right, excellent, excellent.
Bust me up.
So we want to know, we're going to deliver a message to supporters, and we want to know,
which is polar opposite of what we're saying.
Exactly. And
so that's all good.
What do you say to the people who, the 12,000 kids who are going to get kicked off of their financial aid for school, the class sizes that are going to rise in their K-12 education, 100,000 people being kicked off of healthcare, lots of suffering, right? Mm-hmm. And right now, this is a hard economic time for everybody. Mm-hmm. And as a state, we're kind of like a family, and we need to stand together and kind of find the resources that we really need in order to make sure that people don't suffer and that we don't erode the economic foundations that really are the key to our prosperity. I think that you'd agree as a state, right? We need to have a good transportation system, we need to have good health care, good education. And so, what do you say?
Okay,
like
they're
that?
good.
Yeah.
If you believe that raising taxes is going to help the budget deficit, then we would just have to agree to disagree on that. What we've seen time and again is that in those states that have raised taxes, they've only made their economic conditions and their state budget problems even worse, where they will actually raise the rates, but they won't bring in more money. They'll actually bring in less money. And the reason is it's a dynamic situation. When you raise taxes, the people that you're taxing are going to change their behavior. If you're going to tax something, you're going to buy less of it. If they tax candy, if they tax bottled water, if they do all those things, they're going to start buying less of them. That's going to mean less economic growth, and we would make the argument that the whole problem with our economy right now is that businesses and citizens aren't having enough economic activity, and we believe that the tax increases will make that worse, not better.
So what do you say to when Nobel Prize winning economists like Joseph Stiglitz come out and say that actually the devastating cuts are more devastating to the economy than raising taxes, and also when all the evidence shows that in past recessions, in 2001, 30 states raised taxes. In 1991, 44 states raised taxes. And there is absolutely no evidence that those states took any longer to recover than the states that didn't raise taxes. So there's no economic evidence that actually hurts the economy, but what we do know is all these other people are being hurt directly. We know that 85,000 seniors won't be able to pay for prescription drugs if we go through this all-cuts budget. So what do you say to that?
Then we're just going to have to agree to disagree, because there are a lot of economists that believe exactly the opposite. And what we've just seen over the last 2 years is they didn't raise taxes. Our economic condition in our state is better than it is a lot of the states that did raise taxes. And we think at the end of the day, when the voters vote 3 times for a policy that make it tougher to raise taxes, we don't think it should take a 4th time to get them to start listening to what the voters are saying.
Okay.
But I appreciate your time, guys.
Yeah,
I gotta take care of this. But that was
fun. That was a good start. All right, there you go.
Give a raise.
Jim Dawson.
Yes.
You just faced down Tim Eyman.
Yeah.
Known as the beast of the least. I don't know what he is.
Right.
But
whatever.
How did it feel?
It felt great. Well, one, I appreciated his good humor, but 2, it just shows me that he doesn't have a leg to stand on when it comes to the economy and really understanding how things work. That it's just not true, the things that he was saying. And it felt great to call him on it and to be able to go right at it and be like, well, what about these 85,000 seniors? And what do you have to say about that? And he had nothing to say. Basically, Tim Eyman doesn't care what happens to those seniors. What he cares about is being popular and raising money to run these initiatives through his conservative sugar daddies who don't represent the state and mislead the public. And we got to call him on that.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, I appreciate your good humor, though.
No,
especially because we go after you all the time.
Oh, yes, you do. Well, you should.